Good afternoon, everyone. Today is Sunday, which is March 27, 2022. It's almost 4 o'clock in Brisbane, Queensland, Australia. The reason why I'm live because I receive a phone calls from my followers on YouTube that they haven't seen me for a while. And this buyer has decided to secure gold to ship it in Europe. I have a good conversation with this particular buyer, and he said that he's been searching for gold and he was not satisfied. A lot of offer, so he decided to contact me. So he called me on live video call. So when I interviewed him and I asked him, "How come just now?" and he said he was been studying about gold, and he was really amazed because the price of gold is skyrocket at the moment, because he is close to the two countries that have fighting each other, Russia and Ukraine. But he's not part of Ukraine. He's a part of different Europe. And he wanted to buy gold for security reason. He said he has the money, but his money has no value. That is why he's buying gold to resell it, and some will keep it for his future because gold is an insurance. Gold has many uses. So I agree on him. And I asked him, why just now? Why you waited for the price goes up? And he said that he was hesitant. Now he's no longer hesitant because he cannot find the gold cheap price. And I told him gold is not cheap, even though in his country he has gold. His country has gold, but his country cannot supply because of short supply. There's a saying, supply and demand determine the price. So we speak the language because he speaks Spanish, and I also speak a little bit of Spanish. Because when I was in university, I have 24 units of Spanish. And a little bit we have a discussion, but I forgot my Spanish. Because when I was in university, I have 24 units of Spanish. And he asked me about my background. And I told him that my ancestor migrated in the Philippines during Magellan and they conquered Philippines. So we're under Spaniard 500 years ago. So my great 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 grandparents is from Europe, from Spain, and they migrated to Philippines and married a local woman. That is the history we trace up, because he asked me about my ancestors' history. So I told him that my surname when I was single is Gran, Gran. So he was satisfied with my history background on Spanish. Me habla español, señor, which I told him, but muy poquito. So I forgotten my Spanish. During my university years, you will not get diploma unless you finish your 24 units of Spanish. Spanish 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. But I still remember the Spanish conversation, but not much. And I even also speak Japanese because I worked in Japan for many years. So let's talk about gold now. So he decided to travel end of next month. So I told him that I just come back from my trip. I just came back from Dubai and Sierra Leone to accompany to accompany the buyer. Excuse me if I'm coughing because I got the bronchitis. So he decided to confirm that he's going to travel end of next month. So I told him that while I'm recovering from my bronchitis, yes, we will travel together. And I sent him the procedure again. But he was been following me, but he was He didn't pay attention on the procedure. Now he understand because he need the supply. So can you imagine that? So I told him that the price of gold based on LMA, our selling price is 5%. This is what I have a discussion with this buyer. So I'm just going to share it with you so that the potential buyer watching my YouTube channel also be aware. The price of gold changes every day. Now I'm going back to the price of gold today. Today is Sunday, don't bank on it. Pardon me if I keep on coughing because someone called me and then I have to give the buyer importance. When you call me, your call is very important. Now, the price of gold today is Sunday, 62,000, 62,000, just bear with me, 62,963.33, less 5%, minus 62 again, 963.33. Our selling price is 59, less 5%. Okay, I'm gonna write it down. The selling price is 59,815. All right. So, because the price of gold, it varies, so don't bank on it. You are dealing directly to the main source of gold. Wilhelmina is your business facilitator. Wilhelmina is an international sellers marketing consultant. That's why I put everything on my platform, on YouTube channel, and on my Facebook. The procedure is very concise and very clear. So, instead of paying $59,000 on less 5%, so if you are really serious buyer, because you're dealing with Wilhelmina, I might give you 8%. Right. On 8%, this is for 5%, right? You walk into to the real seller, this is the price, less 5%. But if you talk to Wilhelmina, because Wilhelmina is also your facilitator at the same time, and also the seller's facilitator. So, when you convince Wilhelmina will give you 8%. How you gonna convince me? You read the full corporate offer in front of you first, because everything is in front of you. I want you to digest it properly and comprehend. I give you the breakdown of taxes and the shipping cost. So that is normal. You have to pay the valued added tax. That is normal. You have to pay the shipping cost. That is normal. In your country, I'll give you an example. When you send a package to your post office or even DHL, you bring your goods to the DHL office. The DHL will open the box and the DHL will itemize the product. This is only an example, huh? They itemize the product, how much the total value of your product. So the DHL will charge you the shipping cost and insurance. Buying gold, exactly the same. So you purchase the gold from us plus valued added tax plus shipping cost. All right? So we will discuss that and read it first, the full corporate offer in front of you. So this is what I explained to this buyer, that he's willing to travel end of next month. So he confirmed to me. So I'm going to place this buyer to Conakry, Guinea. Right. So I explained to him that every country have a different procedure, because you are buying the property of that country. You are buying money to make money. So this is not a potato business. This is a real business. Gold has many uses. Gold can make into necklace. This is the necklace that I purchased in Dubai 2 weeks ago. Right? This is 20, how many carats is this? This is 18 carats. So our gold is 23 carats, the gold bar. So you can reduce it to 18, you can reduce it to 20 carats, you can reduce it to 24 carats. So when you re-smelted the gold bar, this could be the finished product. So this is 18 carats. So this is the receipt which I purchased in Dubai. So most of the buyer in Dubai, I'm just giving you an example. You buy the gold from Africa. It is called gold bar Dore. So you have to re-smelt it to make into different uses. You can make it into 17 carats or 18 carats or 20 carats, 22 carats, 24 carats, or 99.99. So it's up to you to make it. So don't ask me, oh, Wilhelmina, I want to buy 24 carats. The 24 carats is already refined. We are selling raw materials, not refined. So put that into back of your head that you are buying raw material, not finished product. So now this is the finished product. From raw material to finished product, so the jewelry manufacturer, he make into 18 carats. Right. So the 18 carats, this is the price. The price of the gold that I purchased. Now, in US dollar, because they charge me the amount of 5,996.19. But because I asked for negotiation of the price, I pay lesser, right? So lesser than 5,000. So if I don't have the money today, I will resell this gold to a pawn shop or the jewelry store. This is the case that I purchased in Dubai. I purchased this necklace for my husband. Yeah, this is a case plus the receipt. Buying gold in Africa, you will also given an export documentation which is called receipt of your purchase. You will receive an ASI report, you will receive the commercial invoice, the ownership, custom clearance, and insurance, etc., etc. When I purchased this necklace, right, I declare this in the airport because this is for duty declaration. So I was given back the duty tax of $60. Okay, dirham converted into US dollar, $60 because I paid in US dollar. So this is what I explained to you, that you are buying raw material. This is finished product already, right? So this is my investment. If I need the money, if I travel, I'm running out of money, I just walk into a pawn shop and sell this necklace. They will buy because I have to show the receipt that this is what I purchased. So whatever the price of the world market today, so this necklace would be precious. And this is my investment. Can you imagine that you are buying gold Dore bar for your investment? Now, let's talk about the price. As I've said to you, gold is not for credit. This is cash business. This is FOB. Most of the buyers in Dubai or anywhere part of the world, they're asking for CIF, cost, insurance, and freight only. Meaning to say you don't have the money. Because gold is not for credit. You are buying the property of that particular country. So that property belongs to that particular country. So therefore, you are buying that property in order for you to get that property with export documentation that the property now belongs to you. How that property going to deliver to you? You need to travel to before you travel. You need to place an order that you are buying this gold bar Dore, which is a raw materials. You are not buying finished product. You're not. The finished product is this one. So you have to buy the raw material in order to make into different uses. I mentioned that on my platform, that gold has many uses. Either you can make into wedding ring or necklace or falsets or spare parts on computer or figurines, or you make it into 99.99. So you are buying 23 carats in Africa. The purity is from 96, 97, 98. So it depends on every bar. So now, It's up to the jewelry manufacturer to make into different uses. So don't ask me, because I'm not a jewelry manufacturer. I am here to sell. So on this video, the full corporate offer is in front of you. So you don't need to ask question, Wilhelmina, what is the price? The price is in front of you. I've given you the price, LME, less 5%. Now you're gonna say too expensive. Of course, you're buying expensive item. I buy this one. This is very expensive. I don't have any complaint. I went to Dubai downtown gold shop. Yeah, I walk into the shop. This is very expensive. So I don't have any complaint because I need the products. You need the products, so you have to pay the expensive price. But even though it's expensive, you will get the discount in order for you to get the profit and resell it. So at the end of the day, you're a winner. Now you're gonna say, Wilhelmina, do I have to get the profit? Of course, you will not be in business if you don't get the profit. You need to travel to get the profit, right? You need to travel to get the products in order for you to resell it to your own customer. So you are a gold trader, buy and sell, or you are a diamond trader, buy and sell. So I have a diamond available on my platform on Facebook. You just click the link, you will see the diamond there. The best stone in the world, the best, because this stone has been validated by 2 gemologists already. So you can have that stone 210 total carats. So now you can find that stone on this link. I'll give you the link, and then you click it. You can go to my platform on Facebook. Let's talk about gold, because the buyer wanted the gold. The minimum order must be at least 10 to 20 kilos. It's not worth it for you to travel to buy 1 kilo, 2 kilos, 5 kilos. It's not worth it because of the expenses. Now, in order for you to get back your expenses, you need to purchase at least 10 to 20 kilos. Because you're a first timer and you don't know us and I don't know you, and you don't know the product knowledge, I am here to educate you. The education is in front of you. On this YouTube channel, they're saying it, show more, you will be well educated, because there is an explanation about the carats, the purity, the mode of payment, and where is the gold coming from. I will know which seller I'm going to place you. I would know after you send a letter of intent, after you read this full corporate offer. It says there, origin, Mali, Conakry, Sierra Leone. I will determine which seller I'm going to put you, because I'm going to travel with you. And I do charge my travel cost to accompany you. So this information that I have given you in front of you is really worth $1 million. But when I travel, it's no longer for free. I know you have been window shopping and looking for cheap price, offering and offering. Believe me, gold is not for cheap. And someone offer you cheap price, then you're waiting for disaster, I'm telling you. I traveled a lot in Africa. There's so many issues to deal with, because some of the seller offer you cheap price, but he would not tell you what necessary requirements that you're gonna need. He would not tell you. The owner of the gold or the owner of that stone would not tell you. That is the reason why there is some issue to be resolved, and that is the reason why I would not entertain buyers. Say, oh, Wilhelmina, I'm looking for diamond. Well, you have to convince me, because I'm sick and tired dealing with buyers that I am a buyer. I have a limited cash. But if you have limited cash, don't bother, because there you have to pay the diamond, and you have to pay the taxes and the KPC and etc. There is always a cost. But the minimum, at least you have to spend when you buy a rough diamond at least $200,000 to $300,000 this time, because of the government regulation, the government taxes. Yeah, I have that diamond available right now. It's really very good stone. You can have it, and if you are serious, come for conference. Then I will connect you to the owner of the stone. And the owner of the stone is a lady, and she traveled to Africa, and she's also diamond trader, buy and sell. But this diamond is really the best stone in the world, I'm telling you. I was on the ground, I was in the office, I saw this stone. The two gemologists inspected this stone, the best stone. Even the government gemologist was saying this is the best stone, the best price. But the owner of this stone will give you a very good price as well. So you call Wilhelmina, you come to Wilhelmina. Wilhelmina, where is this stone? Then I will connect you. I will interview you by video call. Even on gold, this time I want to have a video call conversation. Without a video call conversation, I wouldn't believe that you're a buyer. I wouldn't. I wouldn't even deal as well a chain of joker broker anymore. I'm sick and tired. No more chain of joker broker. No more. The chain of joker broker, they collect information that, oh, I have a buyer, how much is my commission? I wouldn't deal with you anymore. Unless you know your buyer. Unless your buyer is real. Because your buyer is paying you to outsource. You cannot even outsource. Everybody come to YouTube channel. I'm the only person who show my face. Some buyers doesn't like me. Well, that is not my problem. Yeah. Some joker broker doesn't like my guts. Well, I'm not here to make friends. I'm not here to convince you to like me. If you want the product, you have the money, then you can get the products. If you don't have the money, so then we cannot do business. Simple as that. We are talking about money here, right? Money is gold is king, and your money is also king. Paper money versus solid money, just like a husband and wife. Okay, so without your paper money, how could you purchase this solid money? So in exchange of the dollar. So dollar is the main source of using this purchasing power to buy these materials. So if you don't have the cash, if you don't have US dollar, so how are you able to purchase? Now, I was in Dubai recently, right? I met a lot of buyers on conference on my office. My portable office is my laptop, and while my client was busy visiting on Expo 20, okay, I was also busy meeting people. Most of the buyers in Dubai are hustler. I consider them hustler. Why? They are bargainer. They want the gold to be in their doorstep, but they don't have cash. They wanted to leverage it. I'm telling you, I'm exposing this buyer now because they think that, oh, I want to buy gold very cheap. What? But the gold when arrive in Dubai, they are selling 2%. And then they travel to Africa getting a good discount. To me, they are full. I don't buy that kind of attitude anymore because I already knew the tactics of buyers in Dubai. The tactics. Even one of the refinery, the son of the owner of the refinery, they don't want to put money into this property. Gold is property. They wanted to bring the gold into their refinery, and then they will ask, but who is their customer? The bank. And I told them, I'm sorry, that doesn't work like that. You're buying raw materials. You have to pay the raw materials in order for you to refine it, and then you resell it to your own customer. So these buyers in Dubai mostly are Indians. Indians are a good buyer because they love gold, but they're also hustler when it comes to bargaining power. So I detect them. So I need to make sure that fair is fair. I met Indian guys. He came to my hotel. He's been following me for a year. And he came to my Holiday Inn. We met each other. And excuse me. And he kept on bargain and bargain and bargain and bargain. Right. I placed him to Conakry, Guinea, and he make a lot of fake stories. So during that time, I given him $51,000 per kilo during the time. So now, because he couldn't find the gold is no longer $51,000. The selling price is 5%, which is $59,000 on the world market. But if you're true buyers, I might consider to give you 10%. And this Indian, he's a tall guy, he's a good-looking guy, but I don't want to mention his name so that he would not be embarrassed. And he's a bargainer and full of bullshit. Excuse my language. I have to see this very straightforward because there's a lot of bullshit buyer pretending to be a buyer, and I he make fake stories and uh, lies, and I rejected him. Even my seller rejected him. Because he pretend to be a buyer but he doesn't have the money. So rejected. Then we went to DMCC with my client, because my client wanted to talk to one of the cutter of diamond, because she's buying diamond from us, from me, through me. And we were on that building, DMCC restaurant downstairs. Someone walked in. So, hi, Wilhelmina. His name is Raj. And Raj said to me, so, Wilhelmina, how are you? I said, oh, who are you? Raj, I've been following you on your YouTube channel. I said, oh, really? So we were talking and he joined on the table. Yeah. And I interview Raj at the moment, but Raj doesn't know that I have a client with in the table. So I introduced my client to Raj. And Raj is a diamond buyer, but also his tactic is completely different. But I'm just observing his tactics. So he invited us in his home. Yeah, he showed the diamond, and he said he's a buyer, but uh, his tactic, it didn't work. But at least he invited us in his home. He lived in a rich suburb in Dubai, and he toured us around in Dubai, and I'm very pleased. And he didn't get nowhere to us. Because he bargained, but he knows that the price of rough diamond is very expensive. And one of my client didn't like it, but anyway, that's life. So I know the tactic. I observe all the buyers in Dubai. I'm very observant, but I didn't even explain it to my client. So I let my client discover as well this diamond buyer. We went to an Indian diamond big buyer, and they are also a cutter, just only to window shop. And this client of mine, she's really very thorough. So the trip was very challenging, and now we're back in Dubai. So we're back from Dubai, and if you want the stones, I have a stone that 210 carats available. And just look at on the link, and you will be redirected to my platform on Facebook. Now let us focus on gold. As I've said to you guys, I was away for quite some time, so you haven't seen me. Just a moment, because I have a running nose. I got the bronchitis. So you haven't seen me for a while. The price of gold, it varies. So keep watching the movement of gold price on Monday. Monday, which is 2028. Today is March 27. So I only given you the price previous days. That was Friday. So we don't know what price on the world market on Monday. So don't worry, because once you come to Wilhelmina Ford conference, I'm sure I would give you a very good price. Once you convince Wilhelmina, 3 things you have to convince us. 4 things. You read first the full corporate offer, digest it properly. When you are ready, send me a letter of intent to purchase coming from you on your company letterhead stating, Wilhelmina, I watch your video, I read the full corporate offer, I need to purchase gold bar Dore 22 plus. The carat is from 96, 97, 98. The mode of payment must be FOB, not CIF, not cost, insurance, and freight. Immediately you will be rejected, and I will not respond to you. And if you are on my YouTube channel, I seldom visit my YouTube channel. That's why I put all my contact. You have to come to conference on WhatsApp or on Skype. Then you can discuss with Wilhelmina on the price. I will give you a very good flexible price in order for you to get the profit. Now, before you're gonna get the profit, How are you able to pay? This is my question, because this is not a CIF, this is FOB, bank to bank payment. Now, when you place an order, I make sure you understand what you are buying. Make sure you have standby capital in your bank account, because I'm going to require you, after I receive your LOI, a copy of your business registration, a copy of your importation license, a copy of your passport, and a copy of your bank statement stating that you have a standby available fund in your bank account. Statement only. You don't need to be scared because your money would not be stolen. Just to prove to us that you are really serious buyer. Most of the buyers are time waster. I would no longer dealing with time waster, even though if you are a buyer's mandate or etc., you travel looking around and traveling and chasing cut and paste. Unless I receive a letter of intent, I would not entertain anymore. I wouldn't. I have given you guys an opportunity for many years. So now I'm no longer entertaining any buyer asking how much is my commission. You are outsourcing on behalf of your buyer. Your buyer is paying you, because I am being paid by my head office. I only charge my travel cost. My head office would not pay my travel cost, right? You as the buyer, if you want to get this parcel or this gold, you have to pay for it. In spite of that, I will give you a flexible price. Why? In order to cover up the expenses that I'm going to charge you. Because I'm going to travel with you in order to help you, to assist you to secure this precious item in Africa. You're going to say, well, Amina, how much is your charges? Well, how much you can afford? Because you are buying $500,000 here. Right. So if you cannot afford to pay $500,000, how could you can afford my travel cost? Simple as that. So therefore, you are not a buyer. You are just a time waster. You're a joker buyer. There's so many joker buyer pretending to be a buyer. They're using my information. That's fine. At least you learn. At least you meet Wilhelmina. Right. I am here to assist you. But my services is not for free. To travel from Australia to Africa is not for free. Yeah, airline ticket. Before you travel to Africa from your country, you need to have an international COVID certificate. You need to have a swab test. When I traveled last month, I have to have a COVID-19 booster, vaccine 1 and 2 and 3 and booster. Now, before I'm going to travel next month, I need to have 4 COVID-19 COVID jab in order for me to make sure that I would not get the COVID-19. So another injection, another COVID-19, 4 times. So I am scheduled to have a COVID-4 on April 20 before I'm going to travel April 30. So you as the buyer, you have to make as well. You need to have an injection of the COVID-1, 2, and 3, which is a booster. Then you will get an international certificate of COVID-19. And then when you get out from your country, you need to have a swab test. And when you arrive on that country, you have another swab test. When you get out from that country or in Africa, you have another swab test. You know how much we paid a swab test in Dubai? 120. How much I paid swab test here in Australia? $130. How much we paid as swab test and emergency from Sierra Leone? $135. We pay tip. My client is not fond of giving tip in order to speed. I give tip so that everything will be faster. And if you cannot afford to give tip, then you're gonna be disaster. So you have to learn how to open your wallet as well. I open my wallet. My client says, "Oh, well, Amina, you're fond of giving." I said, "Well, yes, because the services have to be paid as well. Even our taxi driver, we hired the taxi driver for the day, and we pay the meter plus his services. Why? For waiting. So that is also money. I paid the driver plus waiting for us for the whole day. Yeah. And my client says, "Oh, you're fond of giving." I said, "Yes, I do." Then we will be looked after. The taxi driver is happy with us because I always give extra. So you as the buyer, you have also to pay extra in order for you to get the services. Because in Dubai, I always give extra in order for me to satisfy the services of that particular taxi. Now, I build my rapport to the taxi. When we needed, we just send him a text, "Please pick up us in Holiday Inn Express close to the airport." And we're relaxed. We don't have to wait for another taxi. He waited for us for a whole day. So I'm giving that taxi driver an extra payment plus the meter. Can you imagine that? So you as a buyer also, you are paying my extra in order for you to travel with Wilhelmina. If you cannot afford to pay extra, therefore you don't have the money then. Does that make sense, Mr. Buyer? Now, Mr. Buyer, I've already explained to you about this gold, hey? You're buying raw material, not finished product. Gold has many uses. As I've said to you, mention all the time on my video. Gold can make into jewelry. This is a jewelry now. This is finished product. Gold can make into false teeth. So you are buying a raw material. It's up to you to make into different uses. I am not here to explain to you that, what carat, what purity, how much is my profit. It's none of my business. Before you come to Wilhelmina, you should know the profit. Because the gold is the world asset you're buying. You're buying money to make money. Does that make sense, Mr. Buyer? Now, this gold, as I've said to you, Mr. Buyer, made in Dubai. Yeah? This is now finished product. This is my investment now. My client and I went to Gold Sock, window shopping. And I also asked for a discount. And I was given fair is fair. Now, buying gold, I will also give you a discount, fair is fair, in order for you to get the profit, plus my extra. Yeah? My extra service. As I've said to you, when we talk about taxi, the meter is ticking. So the taxi driver was waiting for us when we went for swap test, when we went for a detour, he waited for us for a whole day. So at the end of the day, when the driver bring us to Holiday Inn, because we stay in Holiday Inn, I give the driver extra for services. You're also giving me extra for my services to accompany you. Does that make sense now, Mr. Buyer? Extra services is peanuts. You know how much I spent when I was with the client recently? I spent more than $15,000. More than. So now I'm also charging you $15,000 in order to cover my airfare, hotel accommodation, food, and spending money. So I threw back as well some $1,000 to entertain my client. So my services is really worth it. So if you cannot afford to pay my services, as I've said to you, I took a taxi in Dubai, right? I'm happy with the services with the taxi driver. I paid extra. When you travel with Wilhelmina, I'm going to charge you my extra service in order for you to get the profit. If you cannot afford to pay my extra service, 5%. But if you can afford to pay my extra service, I can give you 8 to 10%. Which one you like? 5 or 8% or maximum 10%. Get the logic. Get your calculator. At the end of the day, you will get a profit. Is this a long term or short term? Okay? We don't sell 1 kilo, 2 kilos, or 5 kilos. It's not worth it for you. Minimum at least 10 to 20 kilos. Yes, you can get the profit. This is not a short-term business. You will only get the profit, handsome profit, when you're gonna continue. At the end of the year, you will get 80% profit. Yeah? But if you just only short-term, it's not for you. This is for long-term. All right? Thank you very much, Mr. Buyer, and I hope you understand my explanation. Don't ask about the procedure. The procedure is on this video. Click below and subscribe on my YouTube channel and on my Facebook. It says there, show more. You click on the show more, you will see all the explanation, and you will also see the link on the diamond stone, the best stone in town, the best stone in the world. All right. Thank you very much. Have a pleasant good afternoon.